DJ started off great. Kai Douglas had a couple of really nice early plays. He scored a touchdown. Had a couple big moments. But I was proud of him for how he came out. Had a good number of guys we held today. Most of our starting offensive line. We were able to give a couple of guys opportunities to mix at different positions. Had a really good week. I've been proud of this week and the way our guys have approached it. The growth we saw. I thought the Jacksonville practices were exactly what we needed. Showed a lot of physicality, a lot of toughness. But today was to see, guys that may be new to the program, guys that are in very heated battles for spots, positions. What their role is going to be on this team. It was great to see them out there. Basically played a modified half of football after the situational beginning, and it was good. I thought the defense really responded well, played really good there in that first quarter. Offense was able to kind of settle down and respond with some younger guys. Both sides of the ball were playing some younger new guys, but seeing guys settle down in the situation, I thought it was definitely a good moment for our team to see that depth continuing to grow. Both Brock and Luke got a lot of work. I was able to get obviously Trevor was able to get in this week and did some good things. It was a good work day, and both sides of the ball had their moments, but I thought it was what we needed to wrap up here in the second scrimmage.
First question will be from Ken.
Yeah, obviously every quarterback's got a different path in terms of how quickly they grasp things. Like, could you characterize how happy you are with DJ in terms of, from where he was in the spring to where he is now with a couple weeks to go to the season opener?
He's done a remarkable job, and the investment in his study and the investment in his just the work and overall understanding. He's a very smart quarterback. He sees the field well. He's been able to some of the things that we've adapted to him, and then he's adapted to what we do, and I think that's what's made it kind of transition well, because I like the speed of how he's processing. I think the decisions, I'm still trying to challenge him with different, trying to get some different looks and some different unexpected things, just to see how he's able to work himself through that. And he does a great job in his response to those situations. And so very excited about where he is. We got 2 weeks till kickoff, and it is critical 2 weeks in front of us. And but today was a big evaluation. We're very confident in the guys that we have and what that's going to be. That I think like I told the team, today was a great opportunity to continue to either forge your role, improve your role, or just some guys that might need a little bit more time and just to grow and develop. And everybody is at a different stage, but it's still about the growth and getting better. So, but I thought DJ did a great job with that. And really all the quarterbacks had their positive moments today. And I thought he started off outstanding.
Brendan.
You mentioned opportunities, Mike. I'm sure there's a decent list of guys who kind of seized their opportunities, but who are maybe some that have kind of stood out with this tough stretch of camp to really take advantage of the opportunities presented?
I thought really the young group of skill players, on offense have really emerged, and I say that it's kind of both sides. Defensive backfield, I thought some guys did some good things. You're seeing some continued growth, but I think all of the younger receivers were able to make impactful plays. Amari Williams had a big touchdown catch. The great reading ball. It was a Brock that threw it, but it was good to see him. I thought he had a huge jump from a week ago to what he was today. Elijah continued to make some plays. He's still got some areas of growth that he's going to have to have. But I mean, he's a guy that's put himself in position. Wayne McCoy was good to get him back out in full speed. And BJ Gibson made a couple of good plays today, which was nice to see. Kind of a good bounce back from a week ago. Cam Fire was a little bit limited. And so, but you see those young, skilled guys still. I mean, that running back room, Sam Singleton, Cam Davis, both really stood out again today. And I mean, those guys have I think both cemented themselves in with an opportunity to make an impact on this team, this year. So it's, those guys have had great camps, and I'm excited about what they're going to bring and whatever that role is going to be. I mean, they're pushing. They got great futures in front of them. Really excited about their growth and just ownership of the offense. And defensively, and talk about the defensive backfield. I think it's been it's good to see. I think our linebacking core is really growing up. You see the confidence and speed which those guys are playing with, and then I've been really pleased with those guys on the interior. Of the defensive front with, obviously some newcomers, but Daniel Lyons, I think, has had a great fall camp. I mean, I'm excited to watch the film. I saw him flash just a few times even today, playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. But, I think he's had a great fall camp. I think he's really, pushing and cementing himself as a guy that can be a key member in that rotation. But I really like that interior group and how they're growing up. And this KJ Sampson, Grady Kelly, Tony Law. I mean, those guys are doing a nice job. So we'll get a chance to watch a little bit more of it. I know Byron Turner flashed a few times there today as well. So give a chance to watch the film and kind of see where it's all at.
Next will be Kurt Weiler.
Mike, you talked about limiting a number of guys on the offensive line. I guess how nice is it to have that room and a spot where you're able to do that? And I guess how did guys who might not be really in, especially that first team mix, handle kind of maybe working with the first team more if you limited some guys?
Thought they did a good job. I mean, there were some, say nerves, but I mean, it was some early areas where we got to be better in communication. We got into that, first quarter, had a few mistakes where we didn't have everybody playing as one. And it's a lot of different factors that go into that. It might not just be on the O-line, but all positions that when you get newcomers that are out there, it's just the emphasis on communication is critical. But it was good. We got Bryson Estes got back, and he was able to get work. There's one of the guards, Andrade, has had an incredible week. Very excited about what I'm seeing out of him. His versatility, playing center and guard, has been really good. I think he's definitely put himself in that mix. Guys that we can count on, and it was good to get both kind of our young tackles, Jalen Early and Lucas Simmons did a lot of work, and we'll be able to go back and see some of the good, some of the areas where they got to continue to improve. But it's definitely great to have the depth that we have, the competition that we have, but it's still always about improvement. I thought Jacob Rizzi, he looked it was better today. First scrimmage, I thought there's some things were moving fast. Thought he's had a good response throughout the course of the week, and excited to watch the film just to see how it operated. I thought our snaps were better today. A lot of good things.
Be Chris Nee.
Mike, what's the most important thing for your football team to accomplish over the next 7 days?
It's just the consistency, the continued improvement of execution. I think when you go through the work, this team has worked, and I mean they've dealt with circumstances, they've dealt with challenges. There's a lot of competition every day, and that's not going to stop. I mean, we're going to Monday will be a kind of a modified day for us. We're still going to get a lot of good on good. We'll get a little bit of an introduction, into Georgia Tech, and then we're going to transition. Tuesday and Thursday will kind of be Georgia Tech focused, as we have different elements of things that we're going to do throughout this week. But it's a consistency of execution, to make sure that our communication's on point, the details, the discipline. We've got to see that continue to grow over these next 2 weeks. But we've got a lot of confidence in what these guys will do and how they'll work. I just wanted to see that you put on display, and kind of go from there.
I know one of the keys, or one of the I guess ideas behind going over to Jacksonville is the camaraderie part. And you've talked about that some. Is that something you can see during the moment, that there are those moments that are good for the team and good for that camaraderie, or is that something you might see later on down the line?
No, I mean, I think you see it immediately. I think just the care for each other and the willingness to give more because of who you do it with, and that's something that everybody wants to play. I mean, we know that it's always about, are you willing to give everything that you can, not just for you, but for the guy that's across from you, for the guy that you're competing with. throughout the journey. And, can you celebrate their successes, even at times where it might be against you, because it's going to give you an opportunity to respond and go get better. It's just that that mindset is something that's big. It's not only on the field, but who guys are off the field. The opportunity for this one team to set and forge their identity, and then and push forward with it with everything they have. So I thought it was a great couple of days. Grateful for I told Tim here this morning, just I'm grateful for their willingness to just to buy into each other, and how they work, and how they take care of each other, and just the competition that we have. But it's a really good group.
Go back to Chris.
Did you guys come out relatively unscathed physically today? And in general, how is the health of the team with 2 weeks left before game time?
I think we're in pretty good shape. At this point, fall camp. A couple guys. I don't think anything serious from today. I saw a couple guys. Some bumps and bruises probably, but I don't feel like there's anything that is long term. I don't right now. There'll be a few guys that will be probably working to questionable going into the first week. We'll see where that goes. But we'll kind of got to see where that's at as we get into game week. I'll give more updates, so we'll probably closer to that.
Go back to Ira.
It seems like, just from what we see, it seems like the running game has had some really good moments. And last year was probably not quite as good as the year before. Like, what are you seeing from the running game? And is it just a matter of a bigger, stronger offensive line, or why do you think it looks like there's some improvement in that part of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's I think it always starts up front. Tight ends, running backs, everybody plays a role in it together, and the quarterbacks play a huge role. If there are certain looks or certain things that we want to try to help get ourselves in the best situation, everybody plays a part in that. But I think the yes, being big, strong, fast, with Twitch helps. That makes everything better when you create space. But I also see a group that's working well together, gelling together, and I think we got a really talented running back room, and a couple of guys that are older that know what it takes, that have great tempo and balance and explosiveness in their run game, and then we got some younger backs that I think are really kind of working to make a name of themselves, but they have those similar traits, and so I think we've got a good balance of some similar explosiveness. Obviously, Trey Benson was special. I mean, when it comes to his home run hitting ability, but I think we got a few guys that can take it the distance, and also I think we have guys that are just very consistent and be able to create explosive runs just because of the vision and the skill that they bring to the table.
Be Logan Robinson.
Coach, what have you seen from Kyle Morlock and his growth this fall camp? It seems like we've seen a big jump in him. And what do you expect maybe for him to bring to this offense in 2024?
I love Kyle. I think he's had, just such a great development, confidence, his route running ability, the blocking ability, what he brings. I want him to be an all-conference type tight end. That's, I've got high expectations for him. He made really nice plays, but had a couple nice plays the last few days. And he was able to, there might be 2-point version, maybe red zone, but that went up and had to make a big catch, on the back line, and he did. I think he's just becoming a complete tight end that can do great things for us. And Brian Courtney is continuing to impress. Jackson West continuing to work and get better. Like I said, the two young tight ends, I think both those guys are. You're going to be able to have a chance to potentially make an impact, and depending on how early, will be a lot on their development with Amari and Landon. And so excited to get Landon's been a little limited. You'll hear early. I think we'll get him back. Back in action here this week, which will be big. And you're excited to see him build upon what he did, this spring, and how he's been working throughout the course of the summer.
Go back to Ira.
The defensive backs, the other day when we were in the indoor facility over in Jacksonville, it seemed like they made a ton of pass breakups. They've had a really good camp overall. Are there going to be defined roles, do you see, in the secondary, or do you envision guys playing sometimes multiple positions, trying to get the best 5 out there, 4 or 5 out there?
Well, I mean, you sit there and look at it, and it's guys, working to define roles or even bigger roles. I mean, that's I think we'll have some position flexibility for guys, but I like where we are. And you sit there. I mean, you look a year ago, and Azaria was our third corner, and I mean, I think throughout the course of the season, he played close to 700 snaps. I mean, it was he played a lot of snaps just with special teams, with being able to be in nickel dime, those different situations. We played, I think it was over 100 snaps last year. 60 Bs, and when you have guys that have that type of versatility, it allows you a lot of different things to be able to look at. But we're gonna play the best 11, and for what the situations call, I feel really good about the growth of our linebacking position. I mean, I know we've had two of the better players in the league at linebacker in the last 2 years with Kayla and Tatum, and I'm very excited about where this group is going. And I think it's got a chance to be big, strong, fast, and have some playmaking ability. So there's going to be some flexibility, maybe some 3 linebacker sets of what we're doing, just a couple different looks and trying to utilize what these guys can do and how they do it. So it kind of all plays off of each other. So yes, versatility will be there, but I also think guys have really emerged at certain positions that going to really build our depth and competitiveness.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we will